So I'm currently in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm not talking about delivery. The warehouse is currently closed, but tomorrow morning, first thing, they're gonna unload me, which is all right. I had already planned out to stay the night here. Earlier, I took a shower, knowing that I wasn't gonna be able to tonight. But I'm fixing to get a workout in because you already know what time it is. As soon as I get a chance to be able to work out outside, I'm gonna take full advantage of that. Man, it feels good out here. I feel like just running laps around this area. Nice and fresh. There's no sun right now. It's still pretty hot. It's like high 70s, but there's no sun, just a breeze. I'm gonna have a good workout. The conversation that nobody wants to have, but it is extremely necessary. According to FMCSA, 69% of truck drivers in America are obese. 17% are morbidly obese, and only 16% consider their health to be good. Why is that? Whose fault is that? The truck drivers or the trucking culture? Do we blame ourselves for how we eat, or do we blame the trucking industry for what they have to offer? I don't know, but what I do know is you can blame everyone and anyone that you want, but until you put the blame on yourself, you're not going to have the need or want to change. It is much easier to blame someone else than have to look on the inside and take full responsibility for your bad eating habits and take full accountability for letting yourself get so heavy and overweight and unhealthy. Here's the truth of the matter. It is way harder to get in shape than to stay in shape. These days, I only work out to retain the physique that I have gained. If I don't maintain it, I will lose it. My workouts and eating habits are not as strict as they were in the beginning. Why? Because it is easier to maintain my current body than trying to acquire it. I remember when I was big and fat, and I used to weigh 235 pounds. That's 75 pounds more than what I currently weigh. A complete transformation that took over 2 years to accomplish. Most drivers know that they need to start the process to get on a healthier path, but rather not do it because in the back of their heads, they know that it's something that's going to take a very long time, that is going to take discipline and tons of training, especially when they are the heaviest that they have ever been. They want the magic pill that's going to make them lose weight and make them lose fat and start to become fit overnight. Well, guess what? It doesn't exist. But I tell you what, I used to be weak, had no energy, would lose my breath easily, low self-esteem, very insecure about myself, and couldn't even look at myself in the mirror for longer than 2 seconds. I didn't like that feeling. I hated myself, especially when I knew how athletic and in shape I used to be in my college years. That was well over 10 years ago. One day you're enjoying life to the fullest. The next day you wake up and it seems like you have run into a wall. So many years have passed without paying attention to what goes into your mouth, and then one day, boom, you start to have health issues. Diabetes, obesity, heart disease are just a few issues truck drivers are more prone to just because of the trucking lifestyle, and the health issues list is very long. The body is like any man-made machine with the engine in it. With time and use, eventually it'll start to have problems and the parts will start to deteriorate. So I'm an owner-operator. I have a 2016 Freightliner Cascadia. It would be in my best interest to do PMs to my truck. PM stands for preventative maintenance. Preventative maintenance is the act of performing regularly scheduled maintenance activities to help prevent unexpected failures in the future, especially since the truck is getting older as time goes by and is getting more viable to breakdowns. I try to do the best I can to keep up with the PMs. I don't wait till my truck starts to have issues in order for me to start taking care of the maintenance. By then, it might be too late. With so many different parts and components that go into making a truck, the consequences from a slight error can vary from something small to something catastrophic. It is no different with the human body. Use your body or lose it. Take care of it or lose it. Nourish it or lose it. Are you really going to wait until you're laying in a hospital bed before you start thinking about your health? Is it really going to take a doctor to tell you that you're on the verge of having to take high blood pressure pills for the rest of your life? You need to start walking around the truck stop and watch what you eat. What is it going to take for you to understand that consuming high levels of processed sugars and foods for years with no end will only lead to diabetes, amongst other health issues down the road? Not only are you cutting your trucking career short, you're also cutting your lifespan. So we all need to start doing some preventative maintenance on our own bodies. Our bodies are the vehicle that is going to take us into the future. Pretty dumb, if you ask me, to ignore the only thing that's keeping you alive. Preventative and routine care helps prevent health problems or finds them before they become serious. It would be unwise of me to wait until my truck is in the shop for me to start thinking about its maintenance. So why would it be any different with my body? We take more care of materialistic things than we do ourselves. Some truck drivers feed their pets better than they feed themselves. You need to start taking care of your body as if you were taking care of your own pet. Nobody is going to tell you that you're fat and you need to start losing weight for the sake of your health, because that would be considered bullying nowadays. That's what I needed to hear, and that's what I heard from someone that I didn't even know 2 years ago. At first, I was pissed. I got so angry that I was ready to fight someone. I didn't like the feeling of a stranger calling me fat, but that was my emotional side thinking. After a few hours had gone by and I was back to my normal self, I started thinking with my logical side again. Everything that person said was true. So why was I mad? Because I didn't have anything back to say? Because the way they delivered the message? Or was it that I just couldn't simply argue logic and rather use my emotions to try to cope with it? Every single point that they were making about why it's so bad to be overweight was true and real. But why do they have to say it so harshly? Couldn't they just have said it in a nicer tone? One thing I've learned since then is that soft words don't work. Talking gently to people when you want them to do something that you know is only going to benefit their life is hard. It's like talking to a wall. Why? Because the current society has made it like that. It's all about body positivity now. Well, guess what also comes with body positivity? Positive diabetes, positive blood pressure, and positive cancer results. So if you don't want to be dealing with those health issues, I suggest to get your ass up and start doing something that's only going to benefit your miserable life. That's what I had to do. I didn't get here by wishing on a star. I put in the blood, sweat, and tears to get here, but I had to take it upon myself to want to better myself. Nobody's going to come hold your hand. Are you a child that needs help crossing the street, or are you an adult that is going to cross the road on his own 2 feet? Life will beat you up, kick you to the ground, and make you stay there if you allow it. Do you think I like to work out? Do you think that it's easy to try to get a complete workout with only 2 dumbbells in my truck? Do you think that after driving all day long that I want to be sitting here working on my physique? The answer is no. I'll tell you what I do love though. I love the results that it has given me. Some people won't work out unless they can go to Planet Fitness. But what are the chances of me being able to work out there? Once a week, possibly 2. It's not easy being over the road and trying to find a gym where to go to. And they wonder why they can't lose weight and stay in shape. You don't need a complete gym setup to stay active. Active is the key word. You're trying to create a better lifestyle for you and those around you. You're not trying to build muscle to be able to compete at Mr. Olympia. So if a gym is your excuse as to why you can't be fit, then stay unhealthy and overweight, because that's the alternative to trying to do a little bit of exercise no matter where you are. And no, just because you're skinny fat doesn't mean you're healthy. Any day that you're not getting stronger, you're getting weaker. There is a biological clock on your body. Matter of time before it starts to give you problems. You're only accelerating the problems with the type of food that you eat. Food is your number one enemy. Food is what's going to keep you obese. If you don't start limiting what type of food you consume, you will end up looking like a balloon at the doctor's office when you're trying to renew your medical card. He is going to look at you and tell you that he wants to see you in 6 months instead of the normal 24 months. Stop digging your grave with fried food and a fork. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in America for both men and women. I'm willing to bet the heart disease numbers from truck drivers is through the roof. If you don't use your health, you will lose it. If you don't use your fitness, you will lose it. You have to take your health seriously. It is a tool that is going to take you into the future. 1 year from now, Are you going to regret that you didn't take your health seriously? Or are you going to be happy that you did? What about 5 years from now? 10 years? Do you think your future self will be happy with your present actions or hate you for what you have done to yourself? The future is where you are going to live. So if I were you, I would start preparing for it. Use it or lose it. That's what it boils down to. You have to use your opportunities to strengthen your health and fitness. Not only that, you have to use your opportunities to strengthen your family. Healthy family, happy long life. Do you think your family wants to be lugging you around in a wheelchair because you decided to jeopardize your health many years ago? Do you really want to put that burden on them? If you haven't thought about it, then you don't care. And if you don't care, you're a selfish person. One of these days, your family will not be with you. They are either going to be at your funeral or you're going to be at one of theirs. As much as we would like, we are not immortals. Everybody has a date and time schedule for them. And by the way, some of y'all take care of y'all's bodies, y'all are only speeding up the biological clock that we all have on our bodies. It's almost as if you want for your last breath to come faster. That's real. No two-way street there. There's no going back in time. You are not going to be able to rewind the clock to be able to do things differently. Actions have consequences. Whether the consequences are going to be good or be bad is totally up to you. You are in danger of losing the most valuable thing in your life, your health. So this is how I shower after a hard workout, after sweating. I didn't want to sweat, but I go hard in my workouts. So I gotta take a little bird bath shower. I like to shower like that just because I like to get a full body shower, but sometimes I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta work out every single day, no days off, and sometimes you're not gonna be able to take a shower. So you gotta do the bird bath method.